Frequency is proudly brought to you by Eloise Music and Australian Concert Productions. On this episode of Frequency, punk band The Ovaries are joining us here in the studio. We're heading back to Eloise. This time we're going to be finding out all about bass guitars and digital audio workstations. Next, we're off to check out Wavelength Recording to see what Joe's versatile studio has to offer. I'll also be back out on location with Australian Concert Productions. This time we're learning how to set up the PA and monitor speakers. And to finish up, we're going to check out a few tracks from the Ovaries live set. So join us as we continue our in-depth journey into the art and science of music production on Frequency.
What's up everybody, and glad to have you here with us on Frequency. This week we're joined by Caitlin and Amber from punk group The Ovaries. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, hi.
So you guys, The Ovaries, how long have you guys been together for?
About 2010.
Yeah. So you started in 2010, and Caitlin, you play bass, Amber guitar.
Correct.
Who is the key songwriter in the group, and how does that sort of come together?
It's actually a really interesting dynamic. We're quite versed over a few different instruments. A lot of the time, honestly, we'll be hanging out, Caitlin will bust out with a riff either roughly on bass or roughly on guitar, and then I sort of run away with it and come back, and then I'll go, what do you think of this? And she runs away and comes back, and next thing you know, we'll kind of have a song. It just kind of happens. Yeah,
so you guys are kind of really relaxed with that, but kind of work together on the song structure.
Yeah, we collaborate a lot, and also just jamming, like just hiring out a room for a couple of hours, going in, busting out some riffs that work. And then next thing you know, before anything happens, we'll just have a full song and just be standing there going,
what just happened?
Yeah.
That happened. Okay.
Excellent. And what was the inspiration for The Ovaries? How did that come about?
We got a lot of different inspirations. I think that's what makes us work together. We all, you have different bands that influence you, and I have my favourite bands, and then our drummer has hers, and we all kind of bring it together to make this Ovarian baby.
Yeah, and I mean, for those guys that started off when they were all in a TAFE group together, I joined the band at a later stage, but it was always something I wanted to do. It's a very male-dominated world, so to find a couple of other female musicians who try and take it seriously.
Yeah.
Not, I guess, the music thing, but I guess your instrument and loving what you do.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for me, and that's where we're sort of trying to take it, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most bands, you look at them, it's really rare to see a female member. To see a all-female group of any sort is pretty rare in itself. And with the song structures, I mean, you guys are a punk band. What was the choice in that direction? It was just what you guys were feeling at the time?
I wouldn't say we're full punk. I'd go, it's more along the punk pop, I guess.
Yeah.
That big thing. Just a lot of, I grew up with Green Day, Blink-182.
Yeah.
Caitlin grew up with My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Mostly. And it's just kind of the way that just progressed for us. It's still heavy. It's got that real, bad girl punk theme. But it's just something that I think we've both loved our whole lives.
Yeah. When it comes to song structure, you guys tend to sort of start writing lyrics and then theme a song around it, or is it really music-based first?
It kind of depends. I used to do a lot of story writing, so I came up with different kind of stories and then work from that.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. You kind of just jam it out.
I jam it out, but I mean, I guess it's kind of lame, but we do the 16-year-old girl things. We have lyric books.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Caitlin, one of our songs that we wrote, Scars, she come to me, I
thought it was horrible.
She busted out this, a first verse and a chorus, and it kind of came from nowhere, and I was sort of having a really bad time with this guy, and then so I ended up finishing the song lyrically.
Yeah.
And that is really just how...
And it turned into a great song.
It turned into a really
I didn't bring the riff to the girls because I didn't think it was very good, and I started playing. I think I was on a bed just hanging out, and I started playing it, and she was like, what is that?
I was like, what is that? And then I brought in the chorus, and then she's like, well, I kind of have these lyrics, and I grabbed a pad and a pad and a pen, and I'm like, well, I'm really mad at this guy, so I'm going to write about it. And then Scars literally happened within, an hour?
Yeah,
Great.
Probably less than that.
Less than
I had
that.
it filmed and up on YouTube in an hour.
Great.
Yeah, we filmed like an acoustic demo and put it out, and people loved it.
Okay, guys, now it's time to join Anthony out at Eloways Music, where he finds out more about bass guitars.
All right, we're back here at Eloways Music this week, and we're here with Nathan again. How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. We're looking at bass guitars this week. So if I were just looking for a bass guitar to start out with, what are my options?
Yeah, there's two options in starting bass. You've got your electric bass, which is this one here. They also do acoustic bass guitars, but if you're starting out, you definitely probably want to be starting on an electric bass guitar.
So what sort of features should I be looking out for in an electric bass?
Yeah, the first thing to look at is the neck profile on a bass guitar. You want something that's nice and comfortable, something that's going to be nice under the hand to play with.
So what features affect the sound of a bass guitar?
The sound, 9 times out of 10, you'll have something like this, which is a single coil pickup, which gives you a nice sort of poppy tone. This one has a 3-band EQ system in it, which obviously helps you to shape that tone. So most bass guitars have that. It makes them quite versatile. You can sweep between different styles of music.
What about the amps? Do the amps make a difference with bass guitars?
Yeah, definitely do. A lot of amps do affect the tone. We're running through the Roland here. This one's very versatile, different channels, so also great for playing any style of music.
I've noticed that some of them have 5 strings, some have 4. Just coming into bass guitar as a beginner, what should I go for?
Just starting out, I'd recommend the 4-string. This one is a 5-string that we're playing today, but if you're just starting out, I'd definitely recommend just the 4-string to get going.
All right, so can you give us a bit of a demo?
Yeah, sure.
I noticed you were just using your fingers then. Is there different styles of bass that you can play?
Yeah, so that's the finger style playing, obviously. You can play with a pick for different styles like punk or rock, and you can also do slapping for funk and that sort of stuff.
Can we hear some of that?
Alrighty.
Nice, nice. All right, so I also noticed the amps make a difference in bass, so let's have a look at some of them. All right, so seeing as I'm starting out bass, which one of these would you recommend for me?
Starting out, I'd definitely recommend the combo here. Purely for size, great for the home. Also, if you're wanting to use it in the studio, it's a nice size. There's plenty of different sounds inbuilt in here, so really if you're looking to find the style that you're wanting to play or move between different styles, it's got a super versatile. And an advantage for the studio as well is it's got a record out on the back of the amplifier, so rather than having to try and wake the neighbours up in the middle of the night if you're wanting to play some bass and lay some tracks, you can just run straight out of the back of the combo and record.
Guys, well, it looks like Anthony's got the bass sorted out. Now, Caitlin, you know, what do you look for when it comes to bass? Do you play a 4-string, a 5-string?
I play a 4-string bass mainly because I have really small hands.
Yep.
And I already struggle really with a 4-string. I think a 5-string would be too much for me. But I look for something that's light.
Yep.
Because I have quite sore shoulders after a little while of holding something heavy, and it's a lot easy to move around.
Playing live bass is a pretty heavy instrument if you're going to be jumping around and moving around.
Yeah, I borrowed someone's bass for the music video we had, and I was dying. It was so heavy compared to my bass, and I'm just so used to like throwing it around and jumping and stuff, and I just couldn't really do that with the heavier basses.
Yeah, so you look for something light, 4-string, and I suppose, you know, when it comes to tone, is there anything in particular, like something a bit, you know, something really thick and warm, or?
Yeah, I just like that dirty kind of grungy sound.
Yep.
Yeah, I reckon that sounds kind of cool.
Awesome, awesome. Okay guys, after the break we're going to be heading back out on location with Fraser as he visits Wavelength Recording and talks shop with engineer Joe Panetta.